Delegate Arikan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good to see you here in our committee. What examples of this problem happening in our state do you have?
You need specific examples?
Yeah, I would like to know what the impetus of the bill
I guess
was.
you're asking if I have a specific problem that I'm addressing. I see one, I foresee one. So we have good thing, we have SRO officers. We want to make sure they're able to do their job well, and we're ensuring that.
Okay, so there's no examples that you have.
Well, none that I know of, but they probably exist.
They probably exist. Okay, that's typically not how we legislate, but I got it.
No?
Delegate Arikan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Delegate, for bringing this bill. Okay, so I'm trying to look through the bill real quick, but you can probably just tell me. Is there a carve out for N95 masks?
It talks about medical grade or surgical masks.
Okay,
worn to protect against the transmission of disease or infection.
Okay, so because we've actually had testifiers here today who have been wearing N95 masks. So this is an ongoing thing. Some folks are never going to stop wearing them. So then they would be allowed to just wear them. If
they are allowed to do so under this bill.
Okay, that's good to know. Also, there was something mentioned from one of your testifiers about folks being unable to tell if they're being kidnapped or if they're being arrested. And you can just tell me, the videos that I've seen, they are all wearing a plate, like a fabric plate on the back that says police. Why is that not happening everywhere? Are they just not wearing a jacket that says police?
I don't always see that, but I don't know. That's just my experience.
Okay, so there's just some plainclothes people that are not wearing any insignia that says police on it?
So if I could just address that briefly based on what our community members are seeing. I don't think in every single one of the reports they have seen exactly what folks are wearing, but there is certainly confusion and fear based on how they are presenting in the community. So if they're not identified in a way that people understand who they are, and in addition, just the masking itself, which is what this bill is specifically targeting, is part of what creates fear. And in fact, there's a study that came out just this month surveying Americans on their reaction to law enforcement masking, and it found that a full 86% of respondents reported increased fear that officers wearing masks would use violence against them, that 85% believed that masked officers were more likely to abuse their power. So, one issue is not knowing exactly who it is, but another is just a masked police force presents to the community as people who lack accountability and are likely to inflict harm on them and violence on them, and that's what our community has in fact been seeing.
Okay, and so this doesn't deal with the uniform that the officer is wearing. In fact, I think we might have another bill that deals with that, but that's not this bill. It doesn't deal with the uniform itself in any way.
What about, I understand the perception of fear, which we cannot actually legislate the perception of fear. It's not realistic. That's not what we're here for. But what is the actual difference between a police officer and you being able to tell, oh, this is a police officer, this is not, by their face alone? Because all we're saying is they have to have an uncovered face. How would I, a citizen, know, oh, I can see this person's face now, that's a police officer. I can't see this person's face, it's probably a kidnapper. How make that make sense?
Yes, Delegate Arikan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Councilman, for being here. You said the majority. Who did not support it?
Who did not support the? You
said the council had taken a vote. Yeah.
Yes.
No. Did you mean that, or were you talking about the council bill, or was it HB?
I was talking about state. We often send to our delegation support for state legislation. So I was talking about in both cases, a majority of colleagues sponsored my bill, and a majority also voted to support HB 155. I think it was an 8-3 vote. I can get you the names, but I think there was maybe 3 people that didn't support it.
I'd be interested. Maybe I'll write them a check one day.